EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. The City of Angels showing it can be loud and raucous. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad emerged from the tunnel. They're ready for football and ready to watch their Rams do battle with the Atlanta Falcons. Greg Zuerlein, the Rams kicker, approaches, kicks it off, and here we go from Los Angeles. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. On first down, Ryan going underneath. It's Coleman, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Ryan over the middle. That's caught by Ridley and brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a first down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Here's Ryan to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now the here for Todd Gurley. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On second down, here's Goff. Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. The interesting note on Cooks, by the way, Charles, obviously, that he was on the losing end of the last 2 Super Bowls. He lost to the Patriots, and he went to the Rams, and he got beat by the Patriots.
Hard to believe, but he put out a nice performance in Super Bowl 53. 8 catches, 120 yards. But there were 2 critical plays that he would love to have back. Wide open in the end zone, Jared Goff missed him. And then another one, he had the ball in his hands, and a big hit by Duron Harmon knocked it free. He might very well have been the hero of the Super Bowl if those went his way.
Great season, though. 80 catches, career high, 1,204 yards. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A gain of 8 and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
To throw is gone. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Vic Beasley in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
While we have a second here, let's peek back to the Super Bowl. The lowest scoring Super Bowl, Charles, in history, 13-3. And it took us 53 minutes to get our first touchdown of Super Bowl 53.
Can you believe they went into the half, 3-0 New England, Stephen Gostkowski with a field goal. Then they finally tie it up with Greg Zuerlein at the end of 3 quarters of the Rams knocking one through the post. The Patriots, the third team to win the year after losing a Super Bowl, the first since the Dolphins in 1972.
And, of course, the big number now for New England, 6 titles, and they are tied with the Steelers for the most ever. On second down, here's Ryan. That's caught. It's Coleman. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. From the shotgun, Ryan. And Jones has it over the middle. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there, a 22. And that's the connection, Ryan to Jones, that this defense obviously has to key in on.
Certainly feels like they got the party started with that one, doesn't it? And when those two get in sync, it just scares the heck out of defenses because he can hit Julio Jones in a short zone, and he can take it the whole way.
A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. It's 1st and 10 at the 14. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those. I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
They get it to him running left. Stop short, down at the 1. Had the great move, but couldn't get all the way to the end zone. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
They'll run for it. It's Freeman. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Falcons are in for 6. Bryant's extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Before this next drive gets going, we need to discuss the Hall of Fame inductees. There will be 8 in the 2019 class. We got Champ Bailey, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law. Who else am I forgetting in there?
Well, how about a big guy, a lineman, Kevin Mawai, who was absolutely terrific in his career. How about Ed Reed with the Baltimore Ravens and the great job he did in the secondary there? Pat Bowlen, Gil Brandt as contributors, the owner of the Broncos and the longtime scout with the Cowboys. And I love the senior committee bringing in Johnny Robinson, the safety with Kansas City.
Tony Gonzalez was a first ballot guy. And, of course, when I hear Ty Law's name, you think, wow, he started this great Patriots dynasty that we're still living with.
You're exactly right.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football. Flashback when he grabbed that one.
After the interception, here's Ryan. And that's off the mark, incomplete. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. Second and 10 now from the 27. Second and 10 now. Ryan. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aqib Talib.
When we talk about Aqib Talib, technique is not the word that comes to mind, but don't worry about that. This guy anticipates as well as anyone in the league. And he did just that, picking off another pass.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
That second down run, a big help as 7 yards leaves him with just a 3rd and 3 now. A shotgun snap for Gone. And he's got his man on the out route. And they're going to get the first down here across the 15-yard line. First down, L.A. Goff finding Higbee. On 1st and 10, Goff. Buying time to his left. Going up top for Cup. Oh, incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there. And it'll be second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to
be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
14.
Second and 10. Goff again. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now Goff on 1st down. Dumps it off to Gurley. Showed the nice footwork and then hit and drop shy of the 45. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware the ball may come your way.
Going right side here, and that's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Orange.
Now a 1st down throw. Gone. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Brandon Cooks in the final seconds of the first half. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. For the Falcons, Charles, we've talked all year about the injuries that they had in 2018, and you kind of touched on it earlier, too. It's hard to get around them, though, when you look back at this past year. So they go to 7-9, and I know that that's not what they wanted, but with all the injuries, is that okay?
It would be if you didn't think you were going to the Super Bowl. You know, if you didn't think you had a chance at that, and they did going into the season. But when you lose your starting safeties in Ricardo Allen and Keanu Neal, your middle linebacker Deion Jones for a long stretch of time, you end up starting 1-4. Then in the second half of the season, you have a 5-game losing streak. 7-9 is actually better than I thought that they were finishing because of those 2 long losing streaks.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. The third quarter starts with a run by Gurley. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play. They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Let's go.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Flushed out, under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Michael Brockers in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. They'll try and throw for him with Ryan. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs.
Starting left here. Starting left here.
Time to establish the run game here. Gurley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10.
Tiger.
Goff on first down. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. It's a gain of 7, and it's a 2nd down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They're going to go for it. It's Goff. He's letting it fly, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Robert Alford. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now in Los Angeles. 7-7 is our score. Pretty even matchup so far as we start quarter number 4. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here's Ryan. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, it's Ryan. And he's got Sanu. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Freeman. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
Well, Brennan, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one. His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They'll try and run. Freeman. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
And Bryant's kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. And the Rams getting set to go now. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. Had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Again they run with Gurley. Gurley's got the first down and then some. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Gurley. Pushing through the contact. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
14. 14.
He's back to throw. He's going to hit his running back. It's complete. And that little deke, the juke move that we saw, able to give him the first down yardage before he's brought down. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. Sharp there with his feet. Gets him a little extra space. And then drop just inside the 20. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Another carry now for Gurley. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. They'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick here is good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And he's into the clear. The 30, 20, 10, 5. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the architectural wonder that is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Matt Bryant of the Falcons set and ready to kick it off, and we are underway from Atlanta. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On 2nd down, Williams. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. So just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. From the gun, it's Mahomes. He is going to find Hill here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Mahomes to throw on 2nd down. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Green 90. Green 90.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. He rifles one that's intercepted. picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. From the gun, Ryan. And his first look is incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Get up! 11.
2nd and 10, it's Ryan again. He goes underneath to Freeman. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 7 yards on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big...
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. D. Ford able to drop him for a loss of 12, and it'll be 4th down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th. On 1st down, Ryan. This is caught inside the 15. A very solid gain of 27. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. From the shotgun, Ryan. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Falcons are in for 6. Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
For the Chiefs, Charles, looking back to last year in summation, 12-4, first time as the #1 seed in the AFC since the mid-90s, 1995. And, yeah, there was a lot of disappointment, understandably so, after that loss to New England. But it's like we were talking about with Patrick Mahomes, a lot to be proud of.
He certainly is. And just think about your chief weapons coming back. Saw what I did there, didn't you?
Yeah, chief weapons.
Thank you. Yeah. Tyreek Hill will be back. Travis Kelce will be back. Of course, Mahomes is the quarterback. The defense will need some work, though. They've got to get better against the run. Gave up way too many yards in that category. They've got to get back to their elite levels in takeaway numbers. Something that's dropped off the last couple of seasons. But they start to make some corrections there. We'll be talking about Kansas City for years to come.
Yeah, that rush defense 27th in the league, so certainly something to shore up before next season.
Steps away to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Tech McKinley coming hard that time. He's able to run him down for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. It's complete to Chris Conley. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got him. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. On first down, Mahomes. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Only 3 there on the screen. It's second down.
How about that shuffle pass? Or if you want to call it the shovel pass, that's fine too. That's one of those plays that you can take a little bit of risk there because you're trying to throw the ball into the middle of the field where a lot of big bodies lurk, and they can knock it away, pick it off, but they were able to execute it successfully on that play.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Tech McKinley in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Here we go now. Blue 45. Blue 45.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Mahomes now to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on fourth. Mahomes throwing on fourth. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Falcons' defense stands tall. They'll get the football back.
Well, off topic, but we'd be remiss if we didn't point out what else was happening Super Bowl weekend. The Madden 19 Club Championship, second major this season, 2 more to follow. And our winner, Pavin, representing the Oakland Raiders. He took down the Vikings, and your favorite, Charles, IB Strafen. He had to reach for the ibuprofen after a 38-24 beatdown in the final.
Well, you know, if he was representing the Oakland Raiders, the Vikings went down, and they went down hard. That's how the Raiders do it.
How about Pavin, though, wins $100,000 for his efforts, also won Super Bowl tickets for the next day, unselfishly gave them to his father and his brother.
How about that? That's pretty cool. Congratulations, Pavin. Way to go.
Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it second down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
On second down, Ryan. And the catch is made by Justin Hardy. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now the pitch to Freeman. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Bryant's extra point up and good. And it's now 14-0. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Well, CD, the NFL held its awards show the night before the Super Bowl, and as you and I had speculated the last few weeks, Patrick Mahomes, MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, and for the second straight season, how about Aaron Donald, Defensive Player of the Year?
Yeah, Donald was expected. We knew that was going to happen. Mahomes, we thought would happen. There was that school of thought that maybe Drew Brees might walk away with the MVP since he's never won.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off near the 44. And these guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. After the interception, here's Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons will extend their lead. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And out come the Chiefs now. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, Coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
White, face up. 22. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Forced out to his left. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. Just his second incompletion so far. He's 8 for 10. I think he'll take 80%.
There's no doubt that he will, but if you're the defensive play caller, you better circle what you just dialed up on your play sheet and come back to it because you just caused an incompletion. You need a few more of those.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off at the 33. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 34. They begin the drive with Williams. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. Oh, design run for their wideout. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
They'll run it now. This is Charkandrick West. Had a nice broken tackle and then brought down right around the 20. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the... And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Charkandrick West taking it in from the 20, and the Chiefs are able to draw a bit closer. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. Extra point right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. And they decide fairly early here they need the ball back, so here's an onside kick. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. I know they're down, but starting the third quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen, steal a possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess.
Ready!
Second and 10 now. Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
They snap it at one. Now Ryan. Eluding the pressure right. He's airing it out for Sanu. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Mohamed Sanu, 33 yards. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Here's Bryant for the extra point. Bryant's extra point up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now here's Bryant to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Mahomes now on first down, escaping the pressure right. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stopped short of the 30. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll make it a second down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Dancing to his left. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the... EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the architectural wonder that is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Matt Bryant of the Falcons set and ready to kick it off, and we are underway from Atlanta. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the... ...25-yard line. First carry now. This is Williams. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a play fake here on 1st down. On the move to his left. And going deep for Hill. And this is caught inside the 5. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 61 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try and get it home with Sherman, the fullback. And he's going to bowl his way into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Anthony Sherman punching it in from a yard away. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point safely through, and it's now a 7-0 game. Butker now to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 27. From the gun, it's Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Ryan on 1st down. He completes it to Julio Jones. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Now it's Ryan. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. 2nd down.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Ready!
2nd and 10, it's Ryan again. Now they set up the screen, that's complete. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. And give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. On 3rd and 1, Ryan. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there, and now it's 4th down. The coverage good that time by Kendall Fuller.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Dan Quinn's guys unable to come through there on 4th down. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now a pitch out to Williams. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Desmond Trufant there making the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he showcased the spin, but couldn't do much else as he's wrangled down. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They do go for it. It's Mahomes. And it's complete to Kelsey. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gutsy call. Turns out to be a good one, though. 1st down on a pickup of 11. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go play action here on 1st down. And going deep for Hill. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the 2nd quarter. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. They go back to the ground with Williams. A spin. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
They'll try and get it in with Sherman, the fullback. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Now, that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
They'll give it to him up the middle, and he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Anthony Sherman with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. And make it now a pair of touchdowns for the big man out of the backfield.
I'm not sure this was in the game plan, but boy, it's working to perfection. And I know one person has a big grin on his face now, and that's that big guy has found his way into the end zone twice in this game.
Butker now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On first down, Ryan. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Gun! 22! Gun! Check. Hey, gun! Get up!
Back to the air on 2nd down. Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Justin Houston in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Gun! Got it! Like 25! 11! 53 to 5. 53. Check 53. Hey, arrow. Straight ass.
Here's Ryan. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And got his man complete. A gain of 32 that time. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there.
Let's go.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
12.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. He's going to fire one deep, middle, into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he's got room. And all the way 27. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. Still going. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 20. And the Chiefs are able to... EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the architectural wonder that is the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with the Houston Texans. Matt Bryant of the Falcons set and ready to kick it off, and we are underway from Atlanta. This fielded at the 2. Watson on first down. Throwing the comeback route. He's got the hook up to Thomas. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. And nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, Charles, it feels like Lamar Miller's been around the NFL forever, but he's still just going to turn 28 in April. This past year, though, 973 rushing yards, good for 12th in the league.
And you know that he's capable of being a 1,000-yard runner year in and year out, save for some injuries and maybe utilizing the pass game a little bit more in Houston. 4.6 yards per carry is a healthy number.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Ricardo Allen with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Ryan will bring the Falcons up now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. From the shotgun, Ryan. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Ryan being chased out left. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He finds Coleman. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Coleman has it here right side. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. To throw again is Ryan. Buying time to his left. He goes underneath to Freeman. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Again, Ryan. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
But the Houston Texans, as they come onto the field, obviously their offseason hit a little earlier than they wanted in January, making it to the playoffs, losing to Indianapolis. It was the first time that 2 AFC South teams had actually met in the playoffs when they squared off with the Colts.
And think about how the 2 of them began the year. Houston began 0-3. The Colts began 1-5. Yet they both finished so hot. The Colts down the stretch, 9-1 in their last 10. Houston 8-2, and ended up meeting in the playoffs. And both of them ended up winning on the other team's home field. The Colts did it twice. Houston did it once.
As you said several times, hard for Houston to be completely disappointed with the ending. They have a lot to build on for next year.
Richmond. 2-jet.
On 2nd and 10, Watson. He's going to air one out. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Come back. Tiger.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Pass incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Richmond.
Throwing again is Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. First catch of the game for Hopkins. It's a first down. Hopkins this year over 1,000 yards again. Fourth time that he's done that in 6 NFL seasons. He had 1,572 to be exact.
And that was second only to Atlanta's Julio Jones. And you have to think the return of Deshaun Watson at the quarterback position, taking all the starts this year, that had to help, because we've seen DeAndre Hopkins have big seasons with multiple quarterbacks. But have that one consistent guy only elevates his play.
A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on first down. He's got Fuller. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. Steps away to his left. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And his throw here is incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's third down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletion.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Throwing on third down, Watson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10, right at the 30.
20. Great.
After the interception, here's Ryan. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. From midfield now, here's Ryan. This one complete to Mohamed Sanu. And he's got this down to the 35. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be.
Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And you can't say enough about our man making the interception right there, Brandon. It's his 12th year in the league, and you told me before the game that he still got it, and he does. What a play that was to come away with the football.
After the interception, here's Watson. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Now Watson. Caught here by Griffin. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A really good pickup of 28 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, 41 yards. And the Texans are in for 6. And he knocks it through. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete. Jonathan Joseph there on the coverage.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
21.
2nd and 10. It's Ryan again. His throw incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. Well, not only did they try to fake it, they put the ball in the arm of their punter, and it didn't work out.
Not the quarterback.
No.
The punter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Risky.
And it's so funny because when it works, genius. When it doesn't work, not so smart.
Not so genius.
In this case, not so genius, but I do admire that he went for it.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Now he's flushed out left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
To throw is Watson. To throw on 3rd down. Throw left side complete. It's Griffin. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Kaimi Fairbairn now to attempt the Texan field goal. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
So out come the Falcons now. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Falcons on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
21.
Here's Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Looks like Ryan's going to stay out there. Indeed, they're going to try for this on 4th down. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. As they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And a tough ask here. They're going to go for it on 4th down and 9.
12.
They'll indeed go for it with Ryan. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. J.J. Watt in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Watson on 1st down. That is caught. Hopkins for the